the Liberal attitude around the campaign shows that they're losing. The fact that Terry Gillon assaulted your reporter outside the Debates Commission last week. I mean, this is a campaign that is like flailing out of control, spiraling in negativity. The viral image of the Bramford boomer, I think, is an actual Liberal campaign worker with the double middle finger at an independent journalist for daring to just be at a Mark Carney event. And she's not the only one with having that experience. There were multiple images of older, angry Liberal supporters or staffers. They're really kind of angry and deranged. And then you contrast that with Pierre Poilievre, who, he's been getting big union endorsements. The former Liberal Premier of British Columbia, Gordon Campbell, just came out and endorsed him. Moses Simner, the Canadian Association of Retired Persons. Like, he's building this sort of optimistic coalition. I think that they have the momentum going into the final stretch. They've closed the gap, right? At one point earlier in the campaign, the Liberals and Mark Carney were up by 10, 12 points. Now, by most accurate, honest pollsters, it's neck and neck, like a tie maybe. I think that Carney has lost this election. It's just a matter of who's going to get the minority. Is it going to be the Liberals? Is it going to be Conservatives? Mostly, how is that vote going to be distributed? Final thing is, early voting. My husband and I went out and took part in the advanced poll voting. And Elections Canada say a record 7.3 million Canadians voted in the advanced polling, which means that we might get the most, we might set a new record, Ezra, for the highest voter turnout ever. So I think Canadians agree this is an incredibly important election. And really, it's like, which path we're going down? Fear and anger and the double middle finger towards others, or this campaign of optimism and hope for the future and sort of restoring the Canadian promise? What do you think?
Yeah. David Coletto is one of my favorite pollsters. He's with a polling company called Abacus. And he had a tweet the other day that I thought was fascinating. He said, is it true that the Liberals have lost a 12 or 15 point lead in a month? To believe that, you have to believe that they ran a horrible campaign, or the Conservatives ran a terrific campaign, or, he posited, is this response bias to pollsters? Let me translate into plain English. David Coletto, a pollster, is saying that people were not telling the truth to pollsters. And I had to Google response bias because I didn't really know what it meant. It means things like you want to tell the pollster what you think is socially acceptable, or there's a peer pressure going on, so you'll say one thing on the phone, but you'll mark it at X on a ballot differently.